The wild knows nothing of fairness. Nature takes no one's side. And opportunity comes only once. Only strength decides fate. The wild worships only the strong. Welcome to Wildverse, where we explore the most magnificent mysteries of the natural world. On the Okavango Delta, the water is gradually drying up, heralding a brutally harsh dry season ahead. To escape the scorching heat, the hippo herd is forced to crowd together in the few remaining shallow pools. Amid this cramped and perilous environment, the mother hippo decides to bring her calf back to rejoin the herd. The moment she steps into the water, the mother hippo is immediately confronted by the massive dominant bull blocking her path. With a fierce protective instinct, the mother hippo bravely rears up her snout and growls defiantly, refusing to yield as she claims a safe position for her calf. However, the real threat comes from another hippo within the herd, none other than the mother hippo's own older offspring from a previous litter, bearing battle scars all over its body. Driven by curiosity or jealousy, this larger hippo suddenly and aggressively lunges forward, biting and shoving the young calf underwater. Without a moment's hesitation, the mother hippo immediately charges ferociously at her own older offspring to rescue the panicked calf. After the tense confrontation, the mother hippo is forced to lead the calf to the outskirts of the herd to ensure absolute safety. Though lying apart in the quiet shallows, the mother and calf can still monitor every movement around them. Despite their sluggish and gentle appearance, hippos are in fact one of the most dangerous species in Africa. However, in this moment of peace, the hippo herd simply savors the water in silence. Leaving behind a rare portrait of tranquility on the savannah before the true life and death confrontations begin. After the hippo herd finds a moment of peaceful calm in the waters of the Okavango, the journey of survival continues to unfold in spectacular fashion. Leaving the waterways of the Okavango, the journey heads eastward across Africa to Lake Bogoria, nestled along the Great Rift Valley where violent geothermal activity persists to this day. On the lakeshore, underground springs boil and erupt into columns of frothing white water, sending plumes of steam billowing into the air. Against this harsh and ethereal backdrop, flamingos still congregate in numbers, reaching into the millions on the alkaline lake surface. The abundant volcanic minerals transform the lake bed into an ideal environment for cyanobacteria and algae to thrive. It is this rich food source that draws millions of lesser flamingos, blanketing the water in a dazzling sea of pink. Flocks of flamingos continuously take off and land, slicing through the curtains of steam rising from the hot mineral springs. When breeding season arrives, the flamingos begin performing an extraordinarily unique collective courtship ritual. Thousands of flamingos stretch their necks high, turning their heads repeatedly and marching in synchronized formation in a mesmerizing dance. The cohesion and rhythm of this collective dance helps flamingos find mates as quickly as possible. Yet the appearance of flamingos at this alkaline lake remains one of the most wondrous migration mysteries of the Great Rift Valley. Depending on unpredictable fluctuations in the lake's water level, the lesser flamingos may suddenly take flight en masse, vanishing completely into thin air. Then, when environmental conditions shift, millions of lesser flamingos abruptly return, once again illuminating this harsh volcanic landscape. Leaving behind the dreamlike pink hues of the alkaline lake, the Serengeti savanna opens up ahead 12,000 square miles of grassland stretching to the horizon. Where life and death confrontations never keep anyone waiting long. On the sun-drenched savanna, lions do not choose the strongest prey. Lions choose the slowest prey, the old, the sick, the young separated from the herd. The predator's selection, ironically enough, makes the prey herd stronger with each passing generation. But sophisticated tactics do not guarantee success. 75% of lion hunts end in failure. And the clearest proof of those failures often comes from a species that appears clumsy, yet carries within it a masterful survival instinct. Under the savanna sun, a pride of lionesses and their cubs spot a warthog family busily foraging. Sensing imminent danger, the mother warthog instantly sounds the alarm, herding her piglets into a desperate sprint toward their familiar burrow. The warthog's trademark cunning is to always back into the burrow rear first, pointing its curved, razor-sharp tusks outward to form a solid defensive shield right at the entrance. But the lion pride does not give up easily. They converge and surround the burrow entrance, completely overwhelming in numbers. With innate patience and strength, the lionesses begin using their paws to claw and dig through the hard-packed earth, determined to drag the warthog family out of their shelter. It seems death is closing in on the warthog family. But they are in fact the master engineers of the grasslands. Seizing the moment while the lion pride focuses all its attention on the main entrance, the warthogs suddenly burst through the earth from the side tunnels. Despite mobilizing the entire pride in an all-out chase across the open grassland, the lions are left utterly helpless before the astonishing speed and nimble dodging of the warthogs. The siege that seemed like a guaranteed victory for the lion pride ultimately ends empty-handed. The lesson for the hunters: every prey animal on the savannah carries its own weapon of survival, whether it be speed or cunning. In stark contrast to the lion pride's empty-handed outcome against the warthog's cunning, the wild also witnesses brutal clashes erupting among members of the same species. Leaving behind the underground burrow systems, the journey takes us to sheer basalt cliffs, where a troop of Hamadryas baboons has taken refuge high above. Unlike primates, living beneath the gentle shade of forest canopies, Hamadryas baboons have built an extraordinarily complex and ruthless hierarchical society right on treacherous terrain. They live in large troops of up to several hundred individuals, subdivided into smaller family units governed by dominant males. Each morning, the Hamadryas baboon troop collectively leaves the safety of the cliffs to begin foraging on the arid ground below. Despite individually possessing formidable strength, Hamadryas baboons still prioritize moving in large troops to form a solid defensive shield against threats from the wild. with over 1,000 individuals potentially gathered in this area, a large-scale territorial war is inevitable. When the clash subsides, the family groups begin to reassemble, and the troops' order is immediately re-established under strict control. On these harsh cliffs, herd cohesion and rigid internal discipline are the only weapons that allow Hamadryas baboons to survive successfully. A rare, fleeting moment of calm returns, leaving a brief pause amid the fierce heartbeats of the brutal race for survival. As the midday sun begins to scorch the earth, the savannah opens up for an entirely different survival strategy, where speed is the weapon that decides everything. A coalition of cheetahs is silently observing a herd of wildebeest. Hunting oversized prey is typically a lethal risk that most cheetahs avoid entirely. Within the group, a few inexperienced individuals remain. If they carelessly spook the prey, the hunt is guaranteed to fail. Knowing this, they obediently stay behind, surrendering the life or death front line to the single most experienced cheetah. Approaching from downwind, the cheetah carefully weaves through every tree trunk and patch of dry grass to close the distance undetected. When the moment arrives, the cheetah's body uncoils like a spring and launches forward. Its terrifying acceleration allows the cheetah to rocket to 60 miles per hour in under 3 seconds. It reaches maximum velocity before the wildebeest herd even realizes death is bearing down on them. With a single lunge, the cheetah leaps onto the prey's back, using every ounce of tenacious skill to wrestle the wildebeest to the ground. Just one kick or one stomp from the heavy wildebeest would be enough to end the cheetah's life. But the cheetah proves its extraordinary power, clamping down and locking its jaws around the prey's muzzle until it stops breathing entirely. Only then do the others timidly step forward to share in the well-earned feast. In the brutal world of the Serengeti, to survive, cheetahs are forced to shatter every evolutionary limit to become specialist killers of large prey. In complete contrast to those high-speed, energy-burning chases, another predator chooses the opposite survival strategy, absolute patience and invisibility. A leopard silently presides atop a termite mound, surveying the world it intends to conquer. Its panoramic vantage point helps it lock on to the target, a herd of impala grazing leisurely not far away. The leopard is the ultimate solitary hunter of the savanna kingdom. No pack, no allies, and absolutely no warning growl. Its lethal advantage is not explosive speed from the very first second, but the ability to blend completely into the surrounding environment. A single small sound and the impala herd would panic and flee, but the leopard moves like a weightless ghost. When the prey has entered the kill zone, the silence instantly detonates. The leopard bursts from its hiding place. Delivering a lightning-fast pounce and wrestling the impala to the grass. The hunt ends swiftly, with victory belonging to the invisible one. However, on a savanna teeming with competition, bringing down the prey is only half the battle. Keeping it is the real test. That is why instinct compels the leopard to use the raw strength of its jaws to haul the heavy kill up into the towering treetops. This arduous behavior exists because of one singular pressure, the brutal thievery of spotted hyenas. If spotted hyenas did not exist on the savanna, the leopard would never need to stash its food in the trees. It is the relentless threat from spotted hyenas that has forced the leopard to evolve into the savanna's only arboreal predator. Your enemy shapes your instincts more than you realize. On the savanna, the one who threatens you is also the one who forces you to rise. But if speed belongs to the cheetah, and invisibility belongs to the leopard, then across this vast, sun-drenched grassland, another hunter possesses a weapon more ruthless than all the rest: endurance and absolute pack unity. The African wild dog pack sets out, spreading their formation evenly across the vast savanna to launch a relentless pursuit hunt. The target this time is a panicking wildebeest, fleeing for its life. Without needing to hit maximum sprint speed like a cheetah, the African wild dog's survival secret lies in its non-stop relay running tactic. The moment the lead dog begins to tire, the next one surges forward to take its place, continuously maintaining suffocating pressure on the prey. through seamless coordination and boundless endurance. The African wild dog pack successfully subdues the prey right on the open grassland. With a hunting success rate exceeding 60%, the highest on the savannah, they prove that teamwork is the pinnacle of the art of survival. Closing the tense and brutal moments of the chase. The African savanna seems to breathe a sigh of relief, returning to a quiet and serene space. Far away from the noise of the ground, a family of giraffes is strolling leisurely. With an outstanding height of up to nearly 19 feet, giraffes are gentle giants. Bearing an elegant appearance, like the aristocrats of the wild kingdom, their colossal stature allows them to enjoy a world of their own. Where there is no fierce competition for food like low-level herbivores, their characteristic long neck helps them easily reach the soaring treetops, gently plucking the soft, young leaves. Their long tongue skillfully wraps around each layer of leaves without being hurt by the sharp thorns. Each step of the giraffes is graceful and slow, creating a rhythmic dance amidst the vast sea of grass. Even when bending down to drink water, an action requiring extreme caution, they still maintain an incredibly calm demeanor. Without competing or clashing, the members of the herd quietly take turns, keeping watch, giving each other absolute trust. The presence of the giraffe family gathered around the canopy creates a beautiful picture, in complete contrast to the hectic pace of survival around them. Their serene aura is not weakness, but their way of blending into the endless and gentle flow of nature. Sharing that same peaceful atmosphere right beneath the feet of the giants. Another elegant creature is also leisurely enjoying the slow pace of life. The flock of grey-crowned cranes appears with brilliant plumage, adorned with a bright golden tuft of feathers on top of their heads like an authoritative crown. Unlike the noisy and busy flamingos by the alkaline lake, The grey-crowned cranes choose a more free and silent life on the savanna. They walk across the grassland on long, slender legs, each step so gentle as if not wanting to disturb anything. The pair of grey-crowned cranes always accompanies each other as a symbol of bonding, leisurely searching for grass seeds and small insects hidden in the brush. Occasionally, they stop, letting out deep, echoing calls, like a gentle greeting sent to the vast sky. The grey-crowned cranes perform highly artistic courtship dances. They spread their large wings, curve their proud necks, and dance rhythmically in absolute harmony with their mate. There are no thrilling chases, no bloodshed or threatening growls. Both the giraffes and the grey-crowned cranes find their own rare peace. Yet, the gentle serenity of the giraffe family, or the dance of the grey-crowned cranes, is never eternal in a land where life and death always go hand in hand. The energy on the savanna does not flow in one direction alone. It is constantly reversed by a fearsome force. Beneath the sunlight filtering through the grass blades, a clan of spotted hyenas silently watches every movement on the savanna. Each adult spotted hyena can weigh up to 176 pounds and sprint at 37 miles per hour. Contrary to common misconception, spotted hyenas are extraordinarily successful hunters and rank among the most efficient predators in all of Africa. They operate a complex matriarchal social structure composed of multi-member clans. Where the dominant females hold supreme power and pass down their royal status to the next generation. Possessing superior intelligence and deep family bonds, spotted hyena mothers devote years on end to nurturing, protecting, and interacting with their young. But on the battlefield, it is collective, coordinated warfare that transforms a spotted hyena clan into a living nightmare. From cheetahs, leopards, to African wild dogs, no species is safe from the sweeping klepto-parasitic pressure of the spotted hyena clan. When they rally sufficient numbers, spotted hyenas will readily encircle and drive an entire lion pride away from its kill. The perfect combination of hunting prowess, opportunistic scavenging, and the ability to process bones down to the last fragment has transformed the spotted hyena into the ultimate nutrient recycling machine of the ecosystem. A creature that embodies strength, resilience, and sacred maternal devotion, truly deserving of the title of queens reigning over the wild. Though spotted hyenas are cunning and ruthless hunting machines, on the Serengeti savanna, there are still creatures that never submit to their siege tactics. Across the vast Serengeti grasslands, a herd of Cape buffalo is on the move. Cape buffalo carry within them unparalleled power. Mature bulls can weigh up to 1,500 pounds and stand nearly 6 feet at the shoulder, while the cows also possess formidably massive frames. Most fearsome of all is the head, bearing a fused horn boss spanning nearly 5 feet wide, forming a solid bone shield that protects the entire skull. The Cape buffalo herd's defensive formation is unlike that of any other herbivore on the savanna. Calves are always in the center, cows surround them, and mature bulls guard the outermost ring. However, in one fleeting moment, a mother buffalo and her calf are accidentally isolated from the main formation. Yet the panic reflex to turn and flee has been completely eliminated from the Cape buffalo's genome through millions of years of natural selection. The mother Cape buffalo does not retreat. With agility and a fight-to-the-death resolve, the mother buffalo pivots continuously, forming a massive living shield that shelters her calf, huddled tightly beneath her belly. Receiving the distress signal from the distance, the entire buffalo herd comes thundering in like a tornado. They do not hesitate. Their formidable formation with those deadly horns charges straight into the siege to reinforce the mother and calf. The weapon of family, sometimes, it is not just about the sheer size of the herd, but the willingness to sacrifice everything to protect the young. That is the priceless weapon that forces even the most tenacious predators on the savanna to back down in retreat. If the Cape buffalo uses family as its last stand shield against the spotted hyena clan, then across the vast savanna, another survival strategy operates through sheer numbers and journeys spanning thousands of miles. On the Serengeti grasslands, a herd of zebras appears. Possessing extraordinary navigational ability, the zebra herd strides across the parched grass to enjoy their meal. Across the plains, countless other families of plains zebras are also streaming in, joining the peaceful atmosphere of the migration season. Within the herd, a pregnant plains zebra mare has endured a long and arduous journey to be here. Miraculously, beneath the tranquil sky, a newborn plains zebra foal is nestling close to its mother's legs. The mother plains zebra leisurely grazes on the nutrient-rich grass to produce enough milk to nourish her tiny new life. The distinctive black and white stripes on the plains zebra's bodies interweave amid the sea of green grass, creating a visual effect that blends seamlessly into the landscape. Combined with their exceptionally sharp eyesight, the plains zebra herd easily monitors every disturbance around them to keep each other safe. It is this gentle family bond and enduring migratory instinct that has allowed plains zebras to sustain their lineage across millions of years on the African motherland. In the sun-scorched wilderness, another brutal survival battle begins. Young African ostriches are bravely striding across the grassland that stretches endlessly to the horizon. The African ostrich is the largest bird on the planet, standing up to 9 feet tall and weighing over 300 pounds, towering like a lighthouse amid the sea of wild grass. Under the blazing midday sun, the ambient temperature rapidly soars. To shield the chicks from the scorching sunlight, the African ostrich patiently spreads its wings wide, casting a canopy of shade for the young ones to huddle beneath. Yet the African ostrich possesses the largest eyes of any land animal, along with extraordinary vision that allows it to detect movement and locate water sources from a distance of many miles. Never fooled by mirages, the ostrich family perseveres in leading the chicks to a freshwater spring welling up from the parched earth. Here, they mingle with herds of antelope, plains, zebras, and countless other herbivores gathered around the life-sustaining water source. And when a predator appears, rather than panicking and fleeing or charging into a brutal fight, the African ostrich maintains a surprisingly calm composure in the face of threats. Thanks to this natural vigilance, African ostriches often serve as reliable sentinels for the surrounding plains, zebra herds, and grazing antelope. When necessary, their muscular legs propel the African ostrich to speeds of 43 miles per hour, easily outrunning any pursuer. A powerful kick from those legs delivers a force of up to 2,000 pounds per square inch, enough to make any predator think twice. Despite possessing such a fearsome defensive weapon, the African ostrich still chooses to live peacefully, strolling leisurely beneath the savanna sun. The ostrich's serene presence offers a gentle respite, a moment of calm amid the brutal portrait of survival in the wild kingdom. Though African ostriches and plains zebra herds may find brief moments of tranquility on the sun-drenched grasslands. The survival journey of herbivores across the savanna kingdom has never paused before its deadly traps. The most brutal challenge lies at the Mara River, churning with muddy sediment, where steep, sheer banks drop away and beneath the surface, an ancient killing machine already lies in wait. The Nile crocodile, a colossal reptile reaching up to 16 feet long and weighing over 1,100 pounds, when the wildebeest approach the water's edge, death silently slithers forward. With a single lightning-fast lunge, the crocodile rockets out of the water and locks its jaws around the victim. It immediately unleashes the death roll, spinning the prey through the water in a violent barrel roll. This is the most ancient killing technique still in existence on the planet, belonging to a perfect ambush predator, so refined that it has needed no improvement over the past 80 million years. However, the Mara River is at its peak flood and the current is raging. Sometimes, the sheer force of the waves crashing against the rocky rapids throws the crocodile off balance, causing it to lose its grip and allowing a fortunate young wildebeest to scramble to safety on the bank. But the true river crossing erupts when tens of thousands of wildebeest and plain zebras can wait no longer and surge en masse into the raging current. The river surface explodes in white foam, the thunderous crashing of water and the panicked cries of the wildebeest echoing across both banks. No matter how numerous and brutal the Nile crocodiles may be, they can only seize a tiny fraction, while over 1 million other creatures continue to climb safely onto the opposite bank. The wildebeest's hidden weapon is not its horns. Not its speed, but sheer numbers, sharing the risk until nothing can stop the entire herd. That is not idealism. That is the mathematics of survival. The pitch-black night rapidly swallows the Serengeti savanna, banishing the oppressive heat and unveiling the most ruthless battlefield under the dim moonlight. While most other predators must rest, the lion pride continues hunting through the night thanks to a special reflective layer behind the retina. However, tonight's adversary for the lion pride is no longer the usual antelope or buffalo, but a herd of African elephants, the colossal beast that dominates the land. Under normal circumstances, lions very rarely confront African elephants, but in the most desperate times, it is the only option for survival. The target the lion pride is eyeing is the young African elephants, sheltered deep within the herd. Sensing danger lurking in the darkness, the adult African elephants immediately lock their formation tight, forming an impenetrable grey wall to shield the young. A few isolated African elephants attempt to intimidate, but the lion pride, large in number and trained to become true elephant hunting specialists, holds firm. They patiently shadow the herd, continuously harassing and exploiting the cover of darkness to fracture the African elephant's attention. When one African elephant missteps and separates from the herd's protection, the lion pride instantly seizes the moment and surges forward with full force. Using their numerical advantage, the lions take turns charging in and using their combined body weight to bring the elephant crashing to the ground. The spectacular nighttime takedown delivers a colossal prize to the lion pride, enough to sustain the entire pride for an entire week. This tenacity and ruthless tactical prowess prove that, when darkness falls, the lion remains the undeniable true king of the wild kingdom. On the wild savannah, the struggle for survival is a brutal arena where nature never takes anyone's side. The hunters ceaselessly refine their killing skills, from the explosive speed of the cheetah the absolute stealth of the leopard, to the relay endurance of the African wild dog. Lions and spotted hyenas even maximize their ruthless pack tactics to overpower massive African elephants under the cover of night, or to sweep across and dominate other predators on the grasslands. Yet the laws of nature have proven that prey does not merely flee. They always wield individual, collective, and familial weapons to answer back against millions of years of evolutionary pressure. The warthog's cunning exploitation of its burrow system and the Cape buffalo's ironclad family shield defense have time and again forced even their fiercest enemies to retreat. Meanwhile, wildebeest and plain zebras operate a survival strategy of strength in numbers, using mathematics to distribute risk when facing the ancient killing machine of the Nile crocodile. Every creature has established its own unique rule of survival, from the iron discipline of the Hamadryas baboon, the bravery of the hippopotamus, the vigilant instinct of the African ostrich, to the wondrous migrations of the flamingo. Evolution has equipped the hunters with speed, stealth, endurance, and intelligence, while simultaneously granting prey sharp horns, powerful kicks, overwhelming numbers, and even self-sacrifice. This survival arms race has raged for millions of years across the face of the earth. Yet the line between winner and loser has never been absolute. It is precisely this fragile balance that transforms every creature's survival story into an extraordinary epic, illuminating the most magnificent heartbeats of the natural world. Thank you for journeying with Wildverse to listen to the magnificent heartbeats of nature. And subscribe to the channel today so you never miss the next expedition of discovery. Dawn has yet to graze the acacia canopy, but atop a termite mound rising 3 feet above the plains, the silhouette already stands motionless. The topi, the first sentinel of the Masai Mara. Horns curving gracefully backward, 4 hooves firmly planted on the cracked earth. Its eyes slowly sweep across the sun-bleached stalks below. The topi ranks among Africa's swiftest antelopes, capable of reaching 45 miles per hour in a full tilt.